What's up, guys? CryptoSavy here. I hope everyone's having a wonderful day, and welcome to the channel where you subscribe to get daily updates every single day on Bitcoin, LITECOIN, and Ethereum. It is Saturday, so this video is coming out a little late as I got stuff to do, but here it is. We're going to talk a little bit about the Golden Cross. People are talking about, will we see a dump? Will we see a pump? Could go either way. I am still looking for a dump, and I'll explain why. Don't forget, we have a free Discord group in the description below the video. Definitely check it out, and let's get on with it. All right, guys, as always, this is not financial advice, trading advice, nor is it investment advice. Always do your own due diligence. Disclaimer scrolling on the bottom. Make sure you read it. Let's take a look at the news headlines real quick just to get a feel for the sentiment. Pine64 drops BitPay before first Bitcoin payment over Twitter. Market wrap, Bitcoin dips as stock markets close lower. This minor cryptocurrency is on track to smash Bitcoin in 2020. That's ridiculous. Where Bitcoin fits in the new monetary order. Dear J.K. Rowling, Bitcoin is magic. I'm sure you guys heard about that. Big thing on Twitter. Bitcoin halving, questions and answers. Bitcoin halving, what does it mean? How investors are presented with Bitcoin. So it's not really neither bullish or bearish in the news as of right now. We are at 41 on the Fear and Greed Crypto Index. We have dropped 3 points from yesterday, still in the fear. All right, so we've been looking at this monthly chart, and I'm back to it. The two trend lines here, one at 93.40, one at 85.50 area. If we close the monthly above the 93.40, I would say that would be extremely bullish. If we close in the middle, still neutral. If we close below, and again, this is the monthly. We're in the middle of the month, so we got some time. 85.57, we close below there, and I would expect that to be extremely bearish. And I will show you why I'm still leaning towards the bearish side, and I still believe we're going to fall out of this channel. I do want to remind you guys, this is my wife's webpage, anchorimage.com. There's a description, or there is a link in the description below the video, also one in the pinned comments, with other affiliate links down there. If you guys check them out, a lot of them have some bonuses for you. But anyways, she can do any of this stuff here. She makes this all herself, so it's not junk either. It's actually quality stuff. It's not, vinyl, none of that crap. But anyways, if you're interested, check it out. If you want something else on any of these shirts, just hit her up in the contact. She can put it on there. There's also long sleeve tees and hoodies that aren't listed here. Just hit her up in the contact. All right, so on the weekly, we've been looking in this yellow right here. We have a falling broadening wedge, which we are above now. We just poked through it. And this line, a lot of people are really into and say, we pierced through it. We got to close above it. I guess you could look at it this way, but the main trend line here, guys, is off of the wicks. I always use the wicks. If we were to break above and close a daily above the 10.5, I think that would be extremely bullish. Do I think that's going to happen? Not as of right now. I do not. I'm still bearish here. I've been bearish for a while. I'll show you why. We also have this bottom trend line from these wicks here all the way across. If we were to come back down and retest that, would be around the $4,500 to $4,600 range. The 200 EMA is still lying right about the 5,400 range, which is one of my main targets I've been watching for a long time. Also, we have this longer term trend line on the bottom from 2016. If we were to tag that, that would be around the 2,800. And then ultimately, if we were to come down and retest the bottom of this falling broadening wedge, would be 10,030. Them are the bearish case scenarios. The bullish, obviously, is breaking that 10.5 and closing at least a daily above it. If we took a measured move of this broadening wedge, falling broadening wedge, it's around 16,000 for the breakout here. But again, that's only if we were to close above this 10.5. Let's look at the RSI. So last week, we looked about like this on the weekend. We were poking through this falling channel, and we did dip back below it. I do believe there's a good possibility we have a nice big drop this weekend and put us back inside this. We'll see what happens if we close outside of it. Then I'm more midterm bullish, even though I think we would come back down and retest the top before continuing up. But that's where I'm at with that. I'm going to try to zip through this as quick as possible, guys. This is the daily. We've been watching this rising broadening wedge that we fell out of here. look to come up and retest it. We didn't actually touch, so there's still a possibility, guys, we could come up to that 10.5 again one more time before getting rejected or breaking through and closing that daily ahead. But like I said, as of right now, I am still bearish, and I'll go into another chart after this. We'll talk real quick about the JP Morgan thing. If you guys didn't see it, a lot of people like that yesterday, so I'll just do it real quick. But let's look at this. Now, a lot of people use the regular moving averages. I do not. I use exponential moving averages, and we have had a golden cross here at the 55 crossing the 200. But guys, and we'll go into it in the chart after this and show you it doesn't always mean, you know, full bore bull run. So I just think a lot of people are hyping this way too much and thinking we're going way higher right now. I don't think we are, in my opinion, but I could be wrong. But I do expect to drop down to at least retest the bottom of this channel here. And that would be from the Fibonacci retracement from the swing low to the swing high would be, this is the 0.236 fib at the 86.25. We may, if we come down in the next few days, come down to this point. If that breaks the 8,500, we have a support and resistance line here, and that's more likely where we'll come test the bottom of this. And if that breaks, guys, my measured move is 62.27. That's the golden pocket zone, and I still have this target here at 54. I'm still looking for that $5,400 target. We do have the 0.786 Fibonacci at 5,200. The 7,700 is a big support and resistance line that lasts a long time. I would expect at least a nice bounce here if we made it down to there. Maybe come back up to the 85 after that and then continue down. A retest of this rising channel. But either way, guys, I am still bearish here, especially I will stay bearish unless we cross that 10.5 and close the daily above it. But I still believe we're heading down to these lower lows. But the 7,700 is at the 0.5 fib, or the 0.386, and then the 0.5 fib is about 69 to 7,000 in that range. So that's what I'm looking at. Let's look at the RSI in the daily. Same thing. We've been watching this rising channel. We did retest the top of it. As you can see, a falling broadening wedge here, which we bounced out of and are forming a rising broadening wedge. These usually break bearish. I do believe we'll come down to test the bottom of that, which would most likely be the bottom of this channel. And if that breaks, then go down to our lower lows. That's where I'm at. And again, this is just quick, being it's Saturday. I just want to zip through this. Real quick, I will show you guys the JP Morgan analysis that I have come up with. All right. So back here, September 12th, he announced Bitcoin as a fraud. I'm sure if you guys were here back then, you'll remember it was a big deal. Right here on the 12th, he announced it. It dropped from right around 4,200 all the way down to $3,000 range. So almost a $1,200 drop. And then we found out later that he was the biggest buyer during that time. And what happened? He got the price to fall by announcing it's a fraud, and then he bought it, and I'm sure he rode that up pretty far, possibly to this area here, where he came on in 2018 January 9th and said he regretted calling BTC a scam. What happened after that? That was, the price was about 14,200. It ran up to 15,000 right after. So we had a little pump because it sounded like good news, and then I'm sure he shorted it and pulled it down. These are the guys you got to worry about, guys. The guys that have all the news attention and whatnot, when they announce stuff, it's not to help you out. So most of the time you can counter trade whatever they're saying. Here's another one. August 6th, he returns to bashing Bitcoin. And what happens? Bitcoin was at 6,800, dropped all the way down to 6,000, so $800 drop, and then bam, pumped up right after it. Now let's look at right here where he came back. The other day they announced they were banking with Coinbase and blah blah blah. So what happened? Got a nice little pump. But what's happening now? A dump. Sure, he shorted it right there. Again, we do have this golden cross here between the 21 EMA, the 55 EMA and the 200 EMA, but guys, that doesn't mean Always the best. As you can see, we had one here, came right back down. We had one here, came right back down. And let's look over here in the last bear market. We had a cross right here, and look at that, right directly after came down. Usually it's after a big bear market, but you usually come down a lot more. As you can see right here, we came way down before this cross. Then when it finally crossed, it had enough energy to go up. This was not a big dip here, so I think we're going to have another big dip before continuing up. And let's just do if this is an ABC correction, let's look at it like that. And just to get, well, let me zoom in a little bit. Looking at this as a possible ABC correction, if we put the Fibonacci extensions on here from the swing high to the swing low up to where we topped out here, that gets a target of, put a price label on it. The 1-to-1 extension would be at the 72 or 79.72 range. So it's all in confluence with that area. I think we're headed down there most likely, guys, and probably this weekend. But let's look at the 4-hour chart. Same thing. Looks like we're going to come back down and retest the bottom of this rising channel. And when that breaks, our lower lows are coming in. Keep in mind, guys, we could come up and retest this. I guess it's possible. I think it's less likely. But between the 10.4 and 10.5, and again, if we close above 10.5 with the daily close, I'm bullish. Other than that, I'm looking for these lower targets. LITECOIN has already broken out of its rising channel here. We tried to get back in, came back down, and are getting rejected now at the 55 EMA, which is about 43.78. Now my targets for our breakdown of here is just a measured move of the channel where we broke. Would actually get us around the $31 range, but we do have the golden pocket at the between 34 and 35 would be my target here. We do have the 0.5 fib at about $38. And of course, this heavy support and resistance around the $41 range. But again, I'm bearish here, guys. I think we're going to continue down. Sorry about my phone. It's never shuts up. Let's see. So a measured move of the breakdown from this for Ethereum would get us down to about the $135 range. Golden pocket is around 142. I still think we're most likely headed back down to here, guys. And that's these Fibonacci retracements are from the swing low to the swing high. Didn't take a look at the RSI on LITECOIN. This is the 4-hour. Does look like we are going to come back down for one more test low. Most likely. Let's look at Ethereum. Same thing. We'll look at the RSI. And same thing, we were in this rising channel, fell out of it, played with the line, getting rejected again. One more downfall, I do believe. That's pretty much it for today, guys. Thanks for stopping in. Tried to make this as quick as possible. Like I said, it's Saturday. I know everybody's got stuff to do. Appreciate you guys watching. I will leave some trading tutorials here for you guys to check out if you're interested. All the trading tutorials and all my trading affiliate links down below give you a extra bonus for making a deposit. So definitely check it out if you're interested in trading. Just be careful. Never put in more than you're willing to lose. And always remember not to use super high leverage. That's how you will get wrecked. But yeah, thanks a lot. Don't forget to hit the likes, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel by clicking the CryptoSavy logo above my head if you haven't already. Take it easy. Have a great day. I'm out.